All right. LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, guys, I just saw a video by Ticket TV, and it was a video where he talked about Robert Horry. Somebody tried to attack him, man, and guy was being verbally abusive to his son's team, but I'm gonna tell you something. I guarantee you that guy already had a beef with Robert Horry, but he had a beef with him through social media. And see, Robert Horry probably was unaware that this was a guy that was probably trolling him. See, back in the early 2000s and in the 90s, like if a person trolled an athlete, they had a hard time to do it. See, they would have to literally go to the event where the athlete was to try to heckle him. And then even that, it was probably far-fetched if you didn't sit on the front court, or if you wasn't sitting near the benches, or, if it's football, if you're not, if you're not in the very, if you're not in the very front rows of the stadium, then the athletes, they don't even know you're there. They can't hear you. Well, see, now you got the invention of social media, where literally you get an inside look at the athlete's life. And you can leave them a message, and sometimes they'll see them. So, trolls have a lot of power because they can actually, go to that athlete's social media, and they can actually troll that person, and the athlete will see it. And a lot of athletes, they've been getting bullied online, and you would think these are strong people, but some of them, they get frustrated by people online. And it's like they're not exempt. Just because they're famous, they're not exempt. They see a lot of the stuff online. And it's an epidemic. But see what happens, when these athletes, I can see a person trolling a golfer because a golfer is less likely to beat you up. Okay, a gymnast, they're probably less likely to beat you up, okay? A soccer player probably may not beat you up, okay? I said a golfer. I said, what other kind of athletes? A tennis player. They're probably less likely to engage you in a fight. But see, when you're dealing with people that deal with contact sports, they're probably more than likely going to engage you in a fight when you see them in public. And see, that's a situation where you have a troll that take it too far. And I've even had a troll back in December that took it too far. And it didn't turn out too well for him. In fact, it didn't turn out very well for him at all. And it was a guy, he stalked me for over a year. Okay? Stalked me for a year. And I made him pee his pants. And I won't say too much about incriminating myself. But see, here go the thing, man. See, when you ignore somebody, and as an athlete, when you ignore them, and you ignore them, and you ignore them, it makes them go into different phases. See, the first phase is they want to get your attention online and hope you respond back and laugh, thinking it's funny. But see, the second step, when you ignore them, then they start trying to bring your family into it. They research. They do a lot of different things. And see, when that don't work, see, then they make arrangements to try to bump into you. And that's when, for a troll, it get dangerous. See, when a troll go to look for somebody on their own turf, they're at a huge disadvantage. And I tell people, if you're going to troll, especially if you're going to troll me, you're at a disadvantage because you're into that person's ground where they're comfortable. So you enter that arena, and now you're there on their terms. Huge disadvantage. And the average person, if they know that if you're coming and you try to do a sneak or whatever, people are strapped nowadays. It's just not good to be a troll. And like a buddy of mine, he's an MMA fighter. He's an amateur. That's good, man. That's my lunch, my smoothie. He's an amateur. And, he had this guy, man, trolling him online for like months. Okay, and he put his stuff up on Facebook. He put a couple of YouTube videos up, and the guy was just trolling him, saying, I could take you, I could do this. And so my buddy just ignored him, and he kept deleting this guy and blocking him. And the guy kept creating new accounts doing the same thing. And so my buddy still ignored him, and then he tried to, put his family and try to, say that, try to put photographs of his family up and all this other mess, man. That didn't work. So the guy, man, what he did was my buddy had a fight. And he came to the event because he advertised it on Facebook where he was going to be in fight. He came, and in the parking lot, man, this guy who been trolling him for months, man, I tried to attack him. And so my buddy knocked him out. Knocked him unconscious, gave him a concussion, put him in the hospital. And I get a phone call at about 10:30 at night. Hey, man, I need you to come down and get me from the police station. I said, what you doing there? He said, man, it's a dude that's been trolling me and trolling me. See, a fighter, they're more than likely going to engage you and they're going to oblige you. Like, you kind of, I kind of have to wonder about people that troll athletes, like fighters. Like, you troll them and then you try them in public. But there are people, if they know that you know how to fight, they going to try you off beat. I'm telling you. And my buddy, he don't tell people that he actually know what he know how to fight. He don't tell them because people will get real stupid. They get dumb and they try to sue for everything. So my buddy beat him down, man. But this guy had been threatening him. I'm talking about death threats, all kind of stuff for months. And then he told my buddy he was going to knock him out and kill him. So, I mean, now you got to start thinking, okay? And see, if you're a fighter and if you know this, your hands are registered. And if you're a mixed martial artist, your whole body is a lethal weapon. So you have to register yourself. And when you hit a random person in public, you go to jail. Okay? A lot of times you're going to go to jail if you're the person who's registered. That's just how it is. And, you know, so it's like a lot of fighters, they don't have protection. That's why so many fighters you see, they have bodyguards. People saying, man, they know how to fight. Why they got a bodyguard? Because if they touch you, they going to jail. But, I mean, you know, it need to be something in place, man. When these fighters, they got to protect themselves. And then you got these idiots running around here, man, like they crazy. And the guy had been trolling them, man. And it's like he took it too far. He came from behind the keyboard. And, you know, most of when them guys come from behind the keyboard, it's bad for them. I had a guy here, man, boy, back in December, man, rolled up here. And it's like, you know, I'm sitting here laughing. Like I'm laughing in my head, but I'm angry. I'm angry, man. And without incriminating myself, this dude pissed himself. He literally did. And it's like, okay, so you don't, I mean, it's like you go at somebody because you don't like what they, you know, you don't like them beating your favorite team. You don't like an opinion. It's a sick person. But see, you have to treat them like the person that they are when they come at you. And some trolls, they don't get it. Some trolls don't get it. And see, they don't understand until you put them in a predicament where they got to beg for their life. And that's what happens. But, you know, when you attack a basketball player, a football player, a boxer, or MMA fighter, they're going to oblige you with violence. What is it that these trolls don't understand? Like, I never get that. I never get it. Hell, you even look at, you know, some of the stuff, and they think that, you know, women fighters. I done been on accounts where you got grown men threatening women, talking about they'll beat them down. And I'm like, okay. I mean, try some of these MMA fighters, even the women in public, and see, won't they oblige you? See, trolls, I started to figure out, man, most of these guys, man, either they were bullied or they're used to being the bully. Like, I've noticed that. There's two modes of trolls. Either a bully or a person that was bullied. But, you know, in the end, they always get what they ask for. They always get beat up, man. But you guys tell me what you think about that Robert Horry, man. You know, he had to bust a dude upside the head. And the guy was probably trolling him. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm doing What Are You Waiting On? Subscribe.